Good evening, everybody. It's Bob. Welcome to the channel. We are going to do a little um, night drive test of FSD version 14, running 14.1.3. So we're going to head out of this parking lot right here and start making our way home. About 29 minutes, but kind of get a feel of how version 14 handles at night. We've made some videos like this when it comes to in version 13. Excuse me, sorry, checking my mic. Yeah, I've made videos like this about version 13, but nighttime driving. A lot of people who looking at full self driving and trying to understand whether or not it does well at night. It does perfect at night, and so we're going to kind of showcase that as we head home. So we're going to leave out of these neighborhoods, head down, get towards the interstate, head home, and go from there. So I've made some videos today that should be on the channel as well, looking at putting full self driving in this version 14 through the paces a little bit, just to kind of stress test it, see how it reacts to certain things. Well, sorry, I was looking for some chapstick, but I cannot find it. I was looking down. My hat was covering the view. So as we're driving here, and we go through this night drive as well. So, but trying to look at the idea, like, as version 14 has come in, and whether or not, is it going to be more naggy or less naggy when it comes to certain things. Like, I think it's gotten a little bit better in my opinion, right? But you still have the instances. So if I lean down like this, right? So FSD hands-free mode is on. Okay. So up here is a camera that's looking at you. So I have a hat on right now. So if I lean down a little bit, right, it's still going to say the view of the driver is obstructed by a hat. So it turns the hands-free mode off. The other big noticeable change, I apply force, is in version 13, we had the green dot that knew that you were in, I guess, let's say hands-free mode is what they're calling it now. And so you knew that you were in that mode because there was a green dot up here at the top. And now it says FSD supervised hands-free mode on. But so you really have no real true indication of whether, I guess, you are in hands-free mode anymore with version 14. So I think it's, in my opinion, beneficial to have that green dot, so you at least kind of know that you are in the hands-free mode. So I don't know if they'll bring that back at one point or not. Time will tell. But you can do a little bit more with, like, touching the screen, because like that was where it would really nag you. So if you're going through music, whatever, and you're trying to pick a song, you're able to pay attention to the road. You'd get, I guess, hands-free mode turned off a lot because you're over here, messing with it because we want to pull up this song, this playlist or whatever it is, and blah blah blah. And I want to go to podcasts and try to pick something. But as long as you're still, I guess, paying attention to the road now, it seems like that nagging piece is kind of simmered down a little bit compared to what it was in version 13, which is good, in my opinion, because that got, in my opinion, a little bit annoying. Because I'm over here trying to say, oh hey, I'm looking for this playlist, right? I can obviously still pay attention. Other things, right? If you have a phone in your hand, it's still going to know. Or maybe. This has kind of been hit and miss a little bit. Like, when I first downloaded it or installed the 14.1.3 yesterday, I noticed that I could kind of hold my phone in my hand. But then later in the day, in my afternoon drives, and then even this this morning driving to Denver, it was, saying, oh, you have a, hands-free mode is turned off because the device was detected in your hand, right? But now it's not doing it. So, and that was in my hand for a little while there. But getting over here for a little bit of construction. Yep, there we go. Yeah, because that lane's closed. So pretty smooth on that right there too, and especially even at night. Um, yeah, I've had comments on videos before where it's like, oh, can FSD drive at night? Yeah, FSD does a really good job driving at night. And it's 9:45 in the evening, so it's not like you got a ton of traffic out or anything like that. But cameras are still able to see what it needing to see in order for you to drive. Now I'm looking here. No, that's interesting here. Let me see what this does. I'm going to put my hat back down and block my view. Yep. So I think I just figured out. So as you're driving, this is what you kind of get. So I was talking about the green dot, and I think I just found the green dot. Well, now it's gone, but so if you look up here in this top right corner now, there's no green dot, but once we get, I guess, hands-free mode back, I think the green dot has moved over there. That was good. You should be in this lane. So it's 2 turn lanes right here. So yep, there you go. Right up there, the green dot is back. So it has shifted from over here to over there. So that's good to know. Right. There was nothing obviously in release notes that talked about, where that was going to be. But it's now over there, kind of with the passenger airbag symbol. It's in the top right corner. So here you go. My advice to Tesla, what I would prefer, it should be more over here, right? I'm sitting here in the driver's seat. My viewpoint in terms of more of what's on this screen is on this left side versus way over here on the right side. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, a little nighttime drive is not bad. So we're going to get on this street here and then jump onto the interstate as well. Right, and maybe we'll do some little nighttime. Ooh. And slammed on the brakes there. So that's great. Not sure why. So I've said it in the other videos that I've posted because now everything just fell. So let me. There are some few quirks here, right? Big reactions. That was a very big reaction right there. And another one. And just wow, slamming. I'm like losing all my stuff here because of it. Sorry about that. So right there, two in a row of just real big reactions when they don't really have to be that big. So that's been discussed and talked about in terms of this newer version. So again, when you go to, let's go to the software release notes for this. It does talk about this, right? Upcoming improvements, overall smoothness, and to me that would be some smoothness right there. So, and I've been seeing that a little bit. I've been driving now on day 2 of having this, so some really jerky reactions. So maybe we'll get some as we're moving down the interstate here as well. So because we're on the on ramp here, making the big turn to get to Interstate 25 and heading south. So we'll play with the speed profiles too, just to have a little fun with it, even at night. So we are currently driving in standard. And let's take us to Mad Max. So now we are in Mad Max mode. Like I said, so the interstate through Colorado Springs here is 65. We're already going 80 in Mad Max mode. So 15 over at this point. Which is, in my opinion, not how I drive. That's pretty fast. Right? 15 over. I think yesterday I got it like 20 over at one point. Like we're flying right now. So we drop it down to hurry. Starts bringing it back down. Go back down to standard. Should drop us into the mid 70s to about 10 over. Right? 9 over. So, and then you got chill, which really brings it back almost down to the speed limit. And then you have sloth, which is driving the speed limit. So if we click here, we can go, let's go from sloth to Mad Max. See how fast it speeds up. But I said in my videos yesterday, but I'll say it again, you can control those modes, right? There's no more max speed. So it used to be, I can basically set, let's say, my max speed right at 76 or 77, whatever I wanted it to be. But now I'm using the scroll wheel on the right side of the steering wheel, but now that controls the speed profiles. So hurry, we're down. So we got back up to 80. We're going to go jump back down to standard. Especially because I know there's construction right here that do a lot of work at night, so it might be working. We don't need to necessarily fly through it. I'm going to do a little thing here because I like to get off in a different spot, so I always add a little location. So adding a stop. Still get the warning about FSD being degraded. The other big thing too, and I haven't tested this out yet, but let's test this out. How quick you can go back. So if I disengage FSD, how quick I can go back into it. Right. So I'm gonna disengage it here once we make this lane change. Boom. So I did it. Ready? I'm gonna tap the brake, disengage, back to it. So you used to have to really wait, and there used to be the little steering wheel that would pop up letting you know that you can basically turn on FSD. That's no longer there, right? I jerk a little bit, bam, back to it. So reaction time of re-engaging FSD is basically instantaneous and quick in terms of how quick you can actually engage it, right? So I'll do one more time here as we go here. So disengage, boom, nope, hold on, that was not the, I'm gonna wait till I get through the turn. Let's say, especially here, disengage, engage. Right? And if you disengage, you can also engage it here on the screen. So still, I guess I'm older here. I still have this stock, so I can engage it that way or engage it through the screen. If you got the newer, I guess, versions, you got this, you engage it through your steering wheel button. But brake, engage. Right? So no more waiting around, basically, to re-engage FSD. Let's jump into hurry mode. But trucking along down the interstate, going pretty good. And we'll get off the interstate and drive through down towards my neighborhood. So we are currently hurrying. I don't think it's really 55 through here. Back down to standard. So it's 65. Let's see what changes it do. But when we get off the interstate, I'm going to put it in Mad Max mode and let's see, leaving the interstate and getting onto the, I guess, main roads of the city in terms of how it goes here. But we're driving in standard right now. So for all let's say naysayers, FSD, as you can tell, runs perfectly fine driving at night. So I know that becomes a lot of questions that will pop up. Can you drive it at night? And the answer is yes. Right? And my hat got in the way, so now I gotta apply force. There's your only downfall. So that's really the biggest nagging that I've seen, right? Because I did put my head down just enough, the hat gets in the way of the camera, I can't see my eyes. I get it. Because this is still supervised full self-driving. So we are not at the unsupervised level yet. I think everybody thought that with version 14 we would get unsupervised FSD, but that is not the case. Hands-free mode is back on. Green light is back on. But we got about a mile here. We're really half a mile until we get off the interstate. And then I'm going to throw it in Mad Max mode to see how quick we can shift through. Right? And we're getting over where all these cars are merging. So say that's what I thought I'd get over right there. It's hesitating right now. You can't really probably see that on camera whether it wants to stay in that lane or get over into this lane or not. Is what it was doing. As we're getting off here, we're gonna go Mad Max. Let's see. See how aggressive it can get as it gets off the interstate, makes the turn onto this road right here. Like we'll try to get around this truck. There are two lanes that go straight here, which is exactly what it's doing. So it's right, and that's the whole point of Mad Max mode and the hurry mode is more frequent lane changes, right? Obviously drive a little faster. But no pedestrian traffic around here is where we get like this area of the town of the city, a lot of homeless population that walk around down here. There we go. Woo, that took off pretty good. So taking off from a light, Mad Max mode goes pretty quick. And so now we're going to turn here. Let's see how it does going around cars here. Ooh, there's some like bad potholes right there. And it wants to. It's like, come on. You got the car in front of me, and you got a car to the right of me right now. So I'm sure we're going to get over. Yep. So a little bit more aggressive acceleration right there through this area. Just watching, make sure there's no cops. So that'd be the thing. I don't know if you get pulled over when something like this. They're like, oh, I was driving in Oh, that's I don't want to go here. I forgot I had. We were gonna go to McDonald's apparently because that's what I put in. So, bam, engage. Okay, let's see what it does here because this lane gets turns, but I also did just confuse it. There you go. Let's get back over. So 50 miles an hour here, going 64, 65, so 15 over, 7, ooh, 20 over. So cruising along. So again, 20 over the speed limit is probably not a good idea. In most cases, that is what they call reckless driving. And I really don't want to get pulled over for that. Because again, if you get pulled over, what are you going to tell the cop? Like, oh, I was driving, it's just Mad Max. It's the mode I had the car in, right? Because even here in standard, we're still going almost 15 over. Right, I'm gonna bump it back up to it though. Ah, he got in front of me. I was gonna try to see the fast acceleration off of the stoplight. But this truck got in front of me, but we can still see what it does. Well, we're all doing it, I guess, anyway. So here we go. Blam. We're flying. That truck's flying too. Again, so 23, 20, 25 miles per hour over the slowing down. So that's Mad Max for you. So that took me 25 miles an hour over the speed limit. And cops do like to sit right here too. So pull that back because we're still going 12, or excuse me, or what am I at? 16 over, 15 over. Like I said, you can drop it down to chill or sloth. We're not gonna. I gotta get around this guy anyway to get turned up here. So maybe I do need some Mad Max. We're gonna do it. So you have real fluid ability to really adjust your speed profile on the fly, which is pretty nice. So you have pretty good control over what the speed looks like. So I'm going to leave it here as we enter the neighborhood a little bit to see what we do. Driving Mad Max and we're headed home, so we should pull into the driveway as well. Like I said, you've seen in my videos from yesterday, will not pull into my garage though right now, partly because I park in the very far left third car garage. So I'll probably once I know my wife's car is not in the garage, test that out one day. So again, probably Mad Max. We don't want to be driving through the neighborhood super fast, but we're already 10 over. So we're gonna bring that down. But what that shows you though, for like I said, I've already said the naysayers that FSD does work at night. So that's version 14.1.3. First test for me of a night drive with it after getting it installed yesterday. So check out my videos. I'm putting out my hope here a lot of content on version 14. So get subscribed to my channel. Give this video a like as well when you get a chance here. So as we're approaching home, we're gonna Get the garage open. Here's that part of me, if like I can get it open early enough, maybe I can. It'll go into it. But probably not. So, all right. So it still pulls into the driveway though, so that's good. But like I said, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like and give my other videos a like as well. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and we will see you next time.